Imagine you're walking somewhere and an animal with teary eyes looks at you, as if asking for help. Would you stop or keep going? Animals are vulnerable, especially those that get trapped, fall, or wander into dangerous places. Today, join me as we witness 90 emotional moments of animals being rescued, all caught on camera. It's heartbreaking to think about this elephant standing in that water for 3 days straight. The elephant was so exhausted, and the people were desperate to help, but just couldn't move the elephant. Thank God for that excavator. Watching the elephant get rescued after such a struggle is truly a miracle. While walking around a lake, this man spotted a cat that had fallen into the water and couldn't climb out on its own. He decided to save the poor cat. He knew that cats love cardboard boxes. And this time, a simple box actually saved this cat's life. This mischievous cat got itself into serious trouble, hanging from a clothesline high up on an apartment building. When it couldn't hold on any longer, it let go and accepted its fate. But luckily, a quick-handed man caught it just in time. A frightened puppy, lost from its mother, wandered onto the train tracks searching for food as a train slowly approached, too hungry and scared to leave because it didn't know where to go, until a kind man patiently used food to guide it closer, and just in time, lifted the little one to safety and took it home to care for it. This story shows how smart elephants really are. When the baby elephant fell into the ditch, the family knew exactly who to call. They trusted humans to help. And with the right machinery, the people got the baby elephant out. This poor duck was buried under the snow with half of its body frozen. The duck had accepted its fate and was just waiting to die. Luckily, people walking by heard the duck crying and rescued the duck from the snow just in time. This unfortunate dolphin was washed ashore by the waves and got stranded. Rescue teams worked together and used a stretcher to lift the dolphin up. Finally, the dolphin returned to the ocean. This goat was crying out loudly after getting its head stuck in a wheel. Luckily, these people came over and helped the animal out. A photographer walking through the forest saw a baby sloth trip and fall. He helped the baby sloth get back to its mother, making sure the mother sloth wasn't agitated and the baby wasn't hurt. Because of his kindness, he received deep and sincere gratitude from the mother sloth. While floating down a river in Costa Rica, people spotted a sloth in the water. Everyone was worried because there were many boats passing by. When they offered an oar to help, the sloth immediately held onto it tightly, as if asking for help.
Oh, okay, this is looking... There you go.
Under the extreme heat, this thirsty koala climbed onto a bicycle and kept drinking water from a woman's bottle, looking completely exhausted after hours in the 104-degree weather. The woman also helped the koala drink water. It's terrifying to see an alligator grab a dog and drag it into the water like a cigar. But this brave man didn't hesitate for a second. He jumped into the lake and used his hands to pry the alligator's mouth open to save the dog. Both survived this scary moment. Rescuers usually look for trapped people in these situations, but this time they found a guinea pig. While crossing the street, a man spotted a monkey lying motionless by the road after being electrocuted. He patiently performed CPR on the monkey, and even though there was no reaction at first, he kept trying his best until his efforts finally paid off. And while fishing, this group of people spotted a baby deer struggling in the water and drowning. They immediately swam over to bring the deer to shore. The poor deer wasn't even breathing, but after receiving emergency care, it recovered. A surfer saved an osprey that was trapped in the ocean waves. Its legs were tangled in fishing line, making it unable to fly and causing it to sink into the sea.
You need a knife? There's more.
I see it.
Is that it, bud? I'm sure he's thinking a little more than that.
Somehow, these birds got their heads stuck between the fence bars, helpless and unable to escape, and they might have been trapped there forever. But thankfully, a kind person came along and gently set them free. A truck driver suddenly saw a lonely wolf wandering by the forest looking for food. The wolf seemed to have been starving for so long that it had to ask humans for help. After a house fire in Venezuela, firefighters saved a small dog, but it wasn't breathing. One firefighter didn't give up. He did CPR and even breathed into the dog's mouth. Then, a miracle. The dog slowly woke up and stood back on its feet. A man quickly paddled his boat to the middle of the lake to save a poor crow that was struggling and drowning. He immediately used his oar to scoop it up. The crow was in very bad shape.
See if we can scoop him down from under.
But once the man warmed it up, it recovered.
What a silly thing
A
to
fox
do.
was trapped in a fence,
Right.
facing a terrible situation.
Right, Laurie, we're going to have to do a lift. So it's...
And two heroes rescued the fox and made sure it got proper care from a vet until it recovered and returned to the wild.
Stop, look both ways before you cross the road.
This pigeon was struggling in the heat, too weak to find water, but a kind boy took his time, offering it gentle sips from a spoon, turning a hard moment into one of care. A tiny kitten was stuck on a busy highway, cars rushing past as it sat there in danger, just seconds away from losing its life, until a kind man stopped, picked it up, and gave it a safe new home. This poor dog stepped onto hot, melted tar and became stuck to the road, in pain, with only its mouth free to breathe, until rescuers followed its cries and spent hours carefully freeing it. Furthermore, during a historic flood, this exhausted cat clung tightly to a car door, fighting to stay alive in the rising water until rescuers arrived just in time and gently pulled it to safety. Seeing a moose fall into an icy river, struggling desperately to stay alive, people and police came together, carefully tying a rope to its leg and pulling it out of the freezing water. While walking on a frozen lake in Sweden, a group of people found a moose trapped in the icy surface, struggling but unable to escape. And instead of leaving, they spent over 30 minutes breaking the ice to free it. Until the exhausted animal finally stood up and slowly made its way back to the forest. A newborn zebra nearly drowned after slipping into a zoo pond, struggling in the water while its worried mother stood nearby, unable to help, clearly in need of rescue, until keepers rushed in and saved the little one just in time.
Bravo, bravo.
A deer accidentally got washed away by the water and couldn't escape the canal on its own.
It's gonna drown, Dean. It's trying.
Luckily, a man walking by saw the animal and managed to save it. A pufferfish was trapped by a fishing hook under the water. Instead of swimming away because of its venom, a diver stopped and rescued the poor creature. This little dolphin got too excited and swam too close to shore, ending up stranded until a kind woman stepped in and guided it back to deeper water. Similar to the dolphin, this young great white shark got stuck among the rocks, unable to return to deeper water.
Okay.
Until a group of people stepped in and carefully used a surfboard to guide it out.
We need to wait for the... Come on.
Is it swimming?
In the freezing ocean, a lone penguin couldn't outrun a pod of orcas, and its only hope was the few people on a nearby boat who chose to help.
Yeah, kill him. Bravo, molci.
Two venomous snakes were trapped at the bottom of a well over 60 feet deep for days. Seen as dangerous but still living creatures in need, and a brave man was lowered down to rescue them and return them safely to their natural home. A playful dog got its head stuck through a narrow gap in a wall and couldn't pull back out, frightened and trapped. Until a group of young men carefully used tools to break the wall, piece by piece, and free it. This elephant lost its front leg and couldn't move on the remaining three because its body was too heavy. But thanks to dedicated veterinarians, it became the first elephant fitted with a prosthetic leg and can now walk again. A baby bear accidentally fell into a dark basement and was trapped there all night, frightened and alone, until kind people placed a ladder and gave it a way to climb out to safety.
Come on, keep going. Come on, keep going. Keep going. There you go. Don't get scared now. There you go.
Two hunters were driving when they spotted a deer tangled in a fence, struggling to break free. And instead of passing by, they stopped and worked together to gently free it. A poor deer found itself trapped in the middle of a fence. The more it struggled, the more stuck it became. Luckily, the farmer spotted it right away. He rushed over and carefully helped free the deer before it could hurt itself even more. A swan got stuck in some tangled bushes and could not escape. Luckily, a kind man arrived and helped the animal get out.
А ну подожди, пускай она не плывет.
In the middle of a raging wildfire, this baby kangaroo nearly lost its life to the flames. But thanks to caring people, it was rescued, nurtured back to health, and even given a name. A firefighter rushed into a burning home and found a tiny kitten lying still from smoke. He quickly carried it outside and gave it oxygen. staying with it until, after tense moments, the little one finally came back to life. This brave man saw a fox struggling in the water and growing weaker every second. And without caring that his clothes would get soaked, he jumped in to save the exhausted animal. This wild fox had its leg trapped in a tree for hours, struggling again and again, but unable to escape, and with nothing left to do but wait for a miracle. Help finally arrived. This poor elephant fell into a deep ditch and cried out in panic, unable to climb back up, until a man operating an excavator nearby saw it and decided to help. And after finally reaching safety, the elephant even turned back as if to show its gratitude. This deer had wire tightly wrapped around its body, and the more it struggled in fear, the more exhausted it became, until a man saw the situation and helped set it free. A husky unfortunately fell into a frozen lake and could not escape the freezing water. Many people saw it, but were too afraid of the cold to jump in. But this man did not care and kept breaking the ice with his bare hands to swim to the desperate dog and pull it safely back to shore. This poor young deer also became trapped on a frozen lake after slipping and being unable to stand on the slippery ice. So a group of people used chainsaws to cut a safe path through the ice and guide it back to shore. And after rescuing the freezing animal, they even built a fire to help warm it up.
Хорошо, пусть теплом отдает ноги.
Rated, can you roll rescue? This is Team 1 to check out.
A diver discovered a whale tightly tangled in a rope, likely from a fishing net. Fortunately, the animal met a kind diver who helped remove the rope from its body. This whale shark seemed unbelievably intelligent, swimming up to the surface as if asking nearby fishermen for help to remove the rope that had been hurting it for so long.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
This wolf was caught in a trap that was never meant for it, and when the owners approached to help, the frightened animal reacted aggressively at first, thinking they wanted to hurt it. But little by little, it began to trust the two men trying to set it free. Desperate and starving, this fox came close to steal a fish, But instead of chasing it away, the fisherman calmly gave it something to eat. It's normal for insects to come close to people, but this praying mantis seemed to be asking for help, reaching out because it was simply too thirsty. This poor squirrel had fishing line tightly wrapped around its body, and the more it struggled in panic, the tighter it became, leaving it exhausted and helpless, until a man saw it and carefully freed it, even giving it a better place to live afterward. An unfortunate horse accidentally fell into a natural well about 50 feet deep, owned by a local resident. It was a terrible situation for the poor horse. But a large crowd of people quickly gathered together to help pull it out of the deep hole. Curiosity caused this poor cow to get its head tightly stuck inside the wheel well of this man's truck. Luckily, the guy didn't get annoyed at all, and instead helped the animal get free.
All right.
This bear accidentally fell into a waste pit near a farm and was trapped deep under the concrete for who knows how long, until workers nearby heard its desperate cries and dug it out, giving it a chance to return to the wild. During a severe drought in India, a thirsty king cobra risked its life and crawled into a village to do the unthinkable: ask humans for water. A bobcat had a chain tightly wrapped around its leg and was terrified when a person approached it. However, the animal soon understood the rescuer's intentions, and after being freed, it was so confused by the kindness that it didn't know what to do for a moment before running into the forest.
There you go.
As you know, most dogs can swim, but when this one slipped into a pool, it couldn't find a way out, struggling until its owner jumped in and helped it back to safety. This pig fell into the ocean while the boat was moving, and without hesitation, a man jumped in to save it. And maybe after this, back on the farm, it'll walk around like it's seafood now. This dog was stuck in a canal with no way out, but a group of people quickly worked together and lifted it back onto dry ground. This smart cat was close to losing its life, but thanks to a rope a young woman reached out, it managed to grab on and pull itself to safety. A 400-pound stingray became trapped against this fishing boat, and instead of risking harm, the fisherman carefully headed to shore and called experts to safely free it. This person was kind enough to rescue an octopus that got stranded in shallow water when the tide went out, and returned it to its natural home. You could tell the animal was already looking healthier. It even reached out one tentacle, as if to say, "Thank you." This killer whale was almost out to the open sea when it got trapped in thick ice, with only a tiny pool of water left to come up and breathe. It took people half a day to free the animal and finally clear an escape path for it. Seeing the whale in pain, this compassionate diver chose to help, carefully removing the rope and giving the gentle giant a chance to swim free again. Deep in the woods, some hunters came across a bear with its head stuck inside a metal drum.
Blonde-colored bear.
The bear had tears in its eyes and seemed to accept its fate. Feeling sorry for it, the hunters decided to help and got it free.
Keep it going, don't stop. He's got it, he's got it.
Oh my god!
Hold my beer, hold my beer, hold my beer.
Kukuli!
I can't.
Lost and helpless, this tiny fawn needed help,
There you go.
and one kind act was enough to reunite it with its mother and bring a happy ending.
Where's your mama?
Kukuli! Here you go, that's her.
What's even crazier is that this man risked his own safety just to save a bird that was stuck on a light pole.
Mate, are you gonna catch me before?
This turtle had a fishing hook lodged deep in its throat, making it unable to eat and even hard to breathe. But thankfully, it found kind people willing to help.
After taking her measurements, we were able to release her back into the water to swim freely again.
This playful leopard got its head stuck inside a metal pot while breaking into a house for water, leaving it unable to see and struggling to breathe. Luckily, these brave people managed to remove the pot from its head while the animal was exhausted but still alive.
This squirrel. Yo, let's go with the squirrel.
Just like the leopard before, this squirrel got stuck in a risky situation. But unlike before, help arrived quickly, and it was safely freed.
Ooh! Oh my god!
After an accident, this poor fox was no longer strong or alert enough to find food, and in its weakest moment, it turned to the right family for help.
He's eating now, but...
A seagull was stuck on power lines, in danger at any moment, but a helicopter crew stepped in and carefully freed the bird. Kindness doesn't always come from big actions. Sometimes it's as simple as stopping for a moment and offering a bottle of water.
Четко, брат. Чуть салат выкинь. Какой салат? Не будет хавать.
Да, вот так держи, да.
Смотри, какой хороший.
Бля, если ты меня дернешь, я тебя прям...
What's even more unbelievable is that when a bird was sinking, it looked like this bear was going to catch the bird to eat it. But instead, it pulled the bird out of the water and saved it. And the bird was incredibly lucky the bear wasn't hungry at that moment. Left inside a sealed car in the heat, this dog quickly fell into critical condition, barely breathing and too weak to move, until police arrived, broke the window, and rushed to save its life just in time. These people found a wild wolf in critical condition, barely holding on, and in need of urgent CPR. And even knowing how dangerous it could be, they didn't hesitate to risk their safety to save it. And in the end, their efforts paid off as the wolf slowly came back to life. On the dry plains, it's sadly common for animals to suffer from thirst. And this lion was no different, but in its weakest moment, it was lucky enough to meet a kind man who chose to help. Out on the wild savanna, a safari trip was interrupted when someone spotted a zebra lying on the ground. The poor zebra was severely dehydrated, so the group shared what little water they had brought with them to save its life. Unlike the dry plains where thirst is the problem, in colder regions, animals often struggle with hunger, and this fox was no different. But this time, it was given a small treat from a kind person, even getting to taste a Kit Kat. This dog was having seizures and could be dangerous to approach at any moment, but its owner didn't walk away. With love and care, they stayed by its side and helped it recover. This clever lynx had one leg caught in a trap, likely stuck there for 2 days, in pain and starving. But thankfully, kind people found it and carefully helped set it free. While exploring a quiet, empty beach, this creator found a sea turtle flipped on its back, stuck in the sand. No one knows how long it had been suffering, but thankfully, it was finally found by someone kind. Between the coastal rocks, a huge sea turtle got trapped and couldn't break free on its own. Every crashing wave only exhausted the animal further, as its heavy body was squeezed tightly into the crevices. But this man didn't hesitate to help it.